Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the monthly reads for June 2020 and I am going to be reading now for the lovely Cancerians. If you're new to my channel, then welcome to you. My monthly reads consist of me pulling out a few starter cards, which then allows me to do some meditative poetry, which I like to read at the very end, and I also pull out a little charm which ties up the reading as well at the very end. I try and cover the general aspects and I also try and touch on love aspects as well throughout the reading. And the cards I'm going to be using today, I've really felt in tune to using the Mermaid oracles, hence why my backdrop has changed to go with the theme for this month, my lovelies. And the cards I will be using I will drop in the description box below so you can check those out. So for you, my lovely Cancers, the first card that came out in the Mermaid oracle was sacrifice, which is there are those worth making and there are those that will destroy you. Okay, we came out with the animal spirit of butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful, and we had the card of connection, and on the back of here it says connect with someone special, a loved one is a gift to treasure. So whilst I was sitting doing my meditative poetry this month for you, Cancer, having the first card coming out, sacrifice, okay, there are those worth making and then there are those that will destroy you. I felt for some, okay, that you have sacrificed quite a lot, some of you, for health needs over the last couple of months. I also feel that some of you have gone through or are going through separations, okay, and I feel that it's been a battle and a struggle, and where partners are splitting up, where children and you know, children elements are in the mix type of thing. I'm picking up with some Cancers here who literally have been through the battle wars there and still could be going through a dispute. I feel that, you know, sometimes when we want to get access to our children through a separation, do you know what I mean? It's like murky waters, and I just felt I was picking up with some Cancers who were dealing with those kind of issues, and I felt like there were some sacrifices there to be done, because, you know, when you do split up from a partner, okay, whether married or you've long-term relationship and there are children involved, then that is a sacrifice to itself, that, you know, something has to give and there has to be arrangements there made for access purposes, who the main person is going to be taking residency of the children. It could be that kind of a situation, but this is what I was feeling for some of my Cancers, where the sacrifice was touching in on that side of things. Sacrifice, on the other hand, where it says there are those that will destroy you, okay, then I felt this was to do again with relationships, but I felt that I was picking up with some Cancers who'd been in a relationship where it was like a three-party situation, and it's got to a stage where, you know, one of you has been hurt in this, I want to say, love triangle, okay, for some of you, into this love triangle. And the picture here just is showing to me through the artwork that, you know, enough's enough. It's as though some of you have felt you've been mistreated in this relationship, in this stance of you were promised that they were going to sort of leave their current partner, and, you know, it was like false promises, and you sacrificed your time, you sacrificed your energy to keep that relationship sort of going, knowing it was a third party element. But I do feel that that is coming to a head for some of my Cancers as well this month. I just had, when I was doing my poetry, it was like, you know, you've trudged through enough murky waters on, as I said, these people who are going through the separations, and again on this, what I touched on, what I felt with some people out there with this love triangle aspect. So I do feel for Cancers in June, it is addressing some of these sacrifices that have to be made. But by doing that as well, you know, it gives transformation, and that is why the butterfly spirit is coming through for you, Cancer. You are evolving, your path is changing, and I always say sometimes in the negative, you know, at the time we feel, you know, devastated, our lives feel upside down, and again it could be, as I said, health issues where, you know, you've got to sacrifice giving up a job of work because of your health needs as well. So this was the kind of thing I was feeling with people under the star sign of Cancer going through to June. But I just want to say, always try and take a positive out of the negative, because it's just basically the universe shifting you off a current path. Okay, sacrifices have to be made for us to transform. Okay, and that is why I'm getting the positive aspect on the butterfly spirit. Now when I look on the connection card, okay, I was really drawn here for some of you that whether you are in a current relationship and you feel, you know, sort of bimbling along, minding your own business, okay, but there's always that longing I feel, those who are on the spiritual path and are awakened and realise what the universe and everything else is truly about. And if I'm picking up on those kind of people who understand, then even though you are in a relationship, some of you out there can feel, you know, you haven't found that one person, that soulmate, that twin flame that you feel that you are destined to meet on this earth plane whilst here, to complete a mission, to complete something or other, okay? And I feel that because of the connection card that's come out, then it's like a date with destiny for some of you going into June 2020. And therefore, when I look at the artwork on this card, okay, it's as though the universe is literally bringing two people together. And this was another thing. Planets, you know, the stars collide. It's a fated meeting. It's a destiny, you know, meeting of a person. Now, some of you could already feel that you've come across this person in your life already, okay? And where I feel some of you, you know, are struggling with the fact, especially if you're already in a relationship and you're thinking, why is this happening? Why have I met this person? Why have I got these feelings and everything else? And you're trying to battle it. But you can battle it as much as you like, and especially on the twin flame situation, they call them runners, don't they? And somebody will run from that relationship thinking, no, this is not how it should be. But what I want to say is, don't fight against the tide on this, because it is, for some reason or other, there's a person coming in, Cancer, okay? There's a person here, and even if you are the Cancerian who has been the runner and taken yourself out the equation and have run away from that situation thinking, no, I'm not going to get myself involved, okay? And I'm sorry to say, but the universe is literally just going to keep pulling you two together. Even if I feel now that some of the Cancers out there could have been the runner, or the person that you were with who was the Cancer, they did the running. But I do feel whatever side of the scale you're on, then in June you're going to hear from them, or you're going to be seeing them again, or there's this connection going to come back in. It's going to just, because it's there, it's fated. So those were the starter cards I had for you, my lovely Cancers. So what I'm going to do now is start shuffling the cards and get some clarification and see what else comes out for you, Cancer. Okay, so I feel like I want to take that one there to start with. Nine of Stars, Perseverance. And when I look at this card, I love the artwork on these cards. It's as though some of you have sat there literally with your eyes closed, and I want to say tears have fallen inwardly, because I feel some Cancers out there are struggling, and I do want to say health-wise as well. You don't feel like, some of you haven't got your, you know, you haven't got that strength, and some of you, I do feel, have literally lost your way. And some of you, I want to say the word numb, okay? You feel numb to the core of how you may have been treated, because I still keep going back to this sacrifice card here. And if you are going through separations and what have you, like I touched on at the very start, then, you know, we can be in this situation where we close our eyes and think, oh, you know, where do I go from here? But it's the perseverance, okay? You've just got to go with the flow and hang on to the butterfly spirit card that is coming out for you. There is transformation here, and having the crown in the card, okay? A lot of things you've got to let go of, because I always look at the smaller butterflies here. It's like to say you've got to let go of the smaller things to then get the bigger picture and the clarity, if that makes sense to you, Cancer. So perseverance, okay? It is a slow moving time at the minute. There's a lot of uncertainty around us, every star sign at the minute, with everything that's going on in the world. But I was just picking up here on the energies that I feel that is coming around you in the month of June. So what else have we got here? I've got two here, so I'm going to take the two and read them. We've got Queen of Trees, the Nurturer, okay? And I look at that card as though, and I always say the saying, if you couldn't see the wood for the trees, because it's as though you're resurfacing now, okay? You're coming out and you can actually start to see things. I look at the card with the purple and the green and the blue, and I pick up emotions, healing, okay, and spirituality. You need all these, okay, going into June. This is how I feel your energies have been. There's been emotional upset, okay? There's been times where literally you've been exhausted and thinking, I can't carry on, especially on the health platform. And then the spirituality, okay? You are growing, you are transforming, you know, things are changing around you, and it's just the key message here for you, Cancer, for June is literally to go with the flow, because the clearing is coming through for you, and you will start to get more clarity and see things and see people as well for who they truly are. And you will cut the ties for those that you have sacrificed and wasted. What I feel, you'll think, I've wasted my time here, I have sacrificed enough, and you will cut the ties. And it may be, like I say, you've sat there with your eyes closed thinking, you know, where do I go from here? But there will be a clearing coming in towards the end of June, and you will start to come out and start to get some clarification. We have the Knight of Trees now, Custodian. So the Custodian here, as I said at the start, that could refer to, you know, custodian of what is rightfully yours in a split, okay? I want to say as well, I did feel disputes with a neighbour for some of you as well, and there was some legalities there where you've either got an antisocial behaviour order on somebody to keep away from your premises, and that's why the custodian. And I feel that you know, somebody could have been harassing you, could have been just being a nightmare around you, to the fact that you've got the legalities in place. And by doing that, you know, custodian has come into the equation and it's taken them out, and you've got your peace and clarity back here, okay, sitting in your own space, feeling at peace. Because I feel the last few weeks, you know, the last couple of months, everything has been a roller coaster. You have had no direction, you've felt hurt, okay, you've had all these emotions going on. So let's just pull another clarifier out. But with the Knight of Trees here, then I just feel you get this peace back, okay, and you'll, as I said, you will start to get some clarity back. And as the Nine of Stars matches with the Knight of Trees, it's like going into that, you know, tapping into your inner core, taking time out to get what is, you know, the priorities needed now, the bigger things. That's why, you know, when I said here with the smaller butterflies, it's like you have to release the smaller things and concentrate on the bigger things. So just put those back there. Let's just get a card that's coming out now to the end of the month and see what's coming in for you there, Cancer. I do feel as well with the Knight of Trees, because I look at the roots, okay, some of you are putting roots down and you're building a foundation. I know at the moment things haven't been the same and we have sort of been grounded, but I do feel some of you, I felt move, you know, looking to move areas as well, putting your roots down somewhere else. And it's saying now you can start looking again on that front. I feel something will come towards the end of June, going into the start of July, where you will see a place that you want to move to, because I did feel some movement as well around house moves as well, for Cancer. So again, we've got another tree symbol, and it's got the wheel, breakthrough, okay, and again we've got the butterflies here. So this is why this card came out as the clarifier card, the starter cards for you. Literally transformation. You are transcending from the dark that I feel that some of you out there have been in, this trudging through these muddy waters, okay. And it's just saying here, have the perseverance, because there is transformation. And I want to say here, the sun appears in this card on the wheel, breakthrough. And some of you will have a breakthrough. As I say, if it's to do with trying to get a custodian, custodian sentence on somebody, for the legalities of a split, if you wanted custody of children involved in a separation, then I do feel whoever the Cancer element is here, it's going to be in your favour, okay. A breakthrough, as I said, could be for those who have been looking for somewhere to, a new rental, a new house to move to. It could be that you've had your house on the market, but things are now starting to move and there's a breakthrough there. So I did feel that for some of you, okay. And it's just, as I said, this massive transformation, and just to go with the flow. So I'm just going to pull one more card, because we've got so many tree element cards come out for you. That's why I feel like it's everything's been uprooted as well in the last couple of months, but now you're starting to find your roots back, start to ground yourself, and by the end of the month you will get some more clarity and have some idea of where it is you are going to be moving along to next. We've got another tree, guys. Cancer, look, 6 of trees, receiving, okay. So it's all tying in here with you. The 6 of trees, receiving. Now I didn't even shuffle the cards there. I sort of half shuffled them and thought I'll just dig in and see if I can get a different card for you. But I am going to pick another one in a minute, just to have a look to see if any, just because I'm just a bit freaked out with how many tree element cards. So we've got the 6 of trees, okay, and that is why it's saying go with the flow, because we've got the water element here. It's like release the emotions, okay, release the emotions, just letting all whatever has been going on in the previous months, because now you will feel grounded, you will feel more solid, you will feel you've got things back under control. So that's why the 6 of trees, it's just a really key element here. So put that back on there. Why the trees are coming out, okay. Now I want to say to you, if you can get out and about to where you live, just go towards a tree. You'll see, if you're in a wood or anything like that, you'll be drawn to one anyway, I feel. But just if not, and you're in the suburbs or what have you, and if there's a tree in your garden, or just a tree close to where, if you're walking to the shops or what have you, but just try and connect. Just place your hand on the bark, okay. I want you to do that, because there's a meaning why these tree symbolisms, even if it's just for a minute, okay, just to think, yeah, okay, you're trying to send me messages, and just accept the energy that you will feel from this. It's key. All right, I'm going to shuffle. I'm shuffling, and I want to see the last card out of this pack before I move on to the next, and I think I want to go with that one. Oh, we haven't got a tree. We've got Queen of Angels, okay, but we have got the tree leaf branches here. Rejuvenation, regeneration, okay. We've got the heart, matters of the heart that you will be dealing with. As I said at the start of this reading, there's matters of the heart. We've got all the key colours, what I mentioned. We've got the emotional side here with the blue. We've got the green for the healing. And then we've got the, I like to look at that as the heart chakra. So you've got to concentrate here on matters of the heart this month as well, Cancer. And for those, I always look at the third eye here with this symbolism at the top of the forehead. And just to know that you are being protected by the universe as well because of this connection. You know when I mentioned about the soulmates and twin flames? And I said I felt that where there was a runner, that is coming back. So I feel a reconnection there, and that is also why the Queen of Angels, the visionary, because you will start to realise that no matter the distance, no matter, you know, how much you try and fight disconnection, the universe is always going to bring you back. Okay, there's a reason there, and your heart chakras are connected. So that's why that card's come out. So I'm going to read now off the little sea mermaid affirmation cards here. Sea melodies are actually called, these little cards. So let's have a look what the word is for the month of June for you, Cancer. And we have travel. Seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. Okay, so go the distance. I feel I want to interpret it, the word of travel for you in this reading, as in go the distance on what you've started. If it's on the legality side of the divorces, if it's you're fighting for custody of your children, okay, go the distance. If you've got these doubts about this person that you've had around you, or you feel this connection as a soulmate or twin flame, and it's saying here, don't fight it, go the distance with it, because it's meant to be. It's a date with destiny, basically. So just travel the distance, I want to say, more so than travelling somewhere. The only reason the word travel would come in would be for those people where I feel they are looking at a property, they are looking at a rental, and it's saying here, there's no point in just looking at something on a internet site and thinking, wow, that looks great, that just looks right for me. Because I feel on here that pictures can be a little bit deceiving, and it could be caught in a light where it looks better than it actually is, because I feel that although it looks great on a website, on a web page, until you go and visit the place, I feel there'll be something around it that will put you off. So as great as it looks and as great as it reads on the website, then I just feel when you actually physically get there, there could be something literally 100 yards down the road that is a noisy environment, or machinery, or something that obviously wasn't picked up. So that is the only reason why I think the travel has come in on that aspect. So I'm just going to pick out a Universe Has Your Back card now for you, Cancer. And I do want to go back to the first starter card in a minute, because I've just had another download that I just want to cover on that card. Right, we have: the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Okay, so the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So not to doubt here on whatever it is you're trying to achieve, because I feel some of you may have lost faith, and that's key really why I need to come back to this starter card, because I just had a download there, and I want to just pick this card up for a second. Sacrifice. There are those that are worth making, and there are those that will destroy you. Now, I'm not really going to go on the words here. I was just picking up on the artwork. I was so drawn to the artwork that I picked up with somebody, and this could just be for one person out there. But I just want to say that it's been a, well, I will pick on the word actually, it's been a big sacrifice for somebody out there, because I feel that somebody has been in a very, very dark place emotionally, and feeling really broken. The reason being is this person has suffered more than one miscarriage over the sort of, you know, last 9 months, and it's as though that person is thinking, I'm never going to get pregnant, you know, this is a sacrifice I can't afford to keep continuing on, it's going to destroy me, okay, but I keep trying and trying to have a baby, and then, you know, get to just before the 12-week period, the safety net, and then it's just all taken away. And, you know, it's like, I feel I was picking up with somebody who's sitting there thinking, no, I can't keep putting myself through this upset, through this trauma. But what I want to say is to that person, whoever that is, sometimes we can try too hard. And I want to put a reference here, if this is resonating with somebody. Gabrielle Bernstein, who did this deck of cards, okay, she literally mapped her life out. I'm going to have a baby at this time, I'm going to write a book at this time, I'm going to do that at that time, and she had got it planned, literally planned. I'm going to try for this child, and she was trying, and she was trying, and she was trying, okay. Sometimes we can try too much, and it's down to the universe when the time is right to allow what is meant to come in. So whoever I'm picking up there, because it was a really strong message just before I come to the end of this reading, I will try and find that little video of Gabrielle Bernstein where she stands on the stage and she gives a talk about how sometimes in life we can ask, and, you know, we just try and plan our lives how we think we should plan them. But my late mother used to say to me, never make plans, because the universe has always got a different one for you. And that is a key message for everybody out there, okay, my lovelies. So what I'm going to do now is, because it was a mermaid type oracle themed this month, I purchased a journal. I haven't written in it yet, but it was done by Lucy Cavendish, who did the oracle cards, and it was the Mermaid's Mirror, where you can just jot things in and everything else. But I was absolutely drawn to the artwork on this. In it, there's like little poems at the bottom, and there's pictures, okay, but most of the pages have got little poems on. Not every page has got a picture on. But what I'm going to do is just sort of thumb through it, and I want to stop where I think for you, Cancer, this month, okay. So I'm going to just thumb through, and I feel really drawn. Let's have a look what we've got here. And I want to stop on this one. And another star sign had this one as well. I think it was Capricorn. So if you've got any ties with Capricorn, or got any Capricorn in your chart, it may be worth looking at the Capricorn reading. I'll read you this first. Mermaids, with their moods, even their rages and tempers, their boundless capacity for kindness and love and freedom, show us how to live fully once again, like the wild things we are, like the shining beings we can be once again. So with the moods and rages and tempers, because I did feel that, you know, that was a key thing I wanted. It's just reminded me, actually, when I was doing my meditative poetry, I picked up on somebody out there who'd gone into their vices of, you know, sex, drink and drugs. There was somebody had gone off the rails, basically, but guilt was sort of coming into the fact, and because it was causing mayhem to a family environment, and so your conscience was sort of saying, no, you've got to, you know, come out of that darkness and get that transformation. So that was another key thing. It's just reminded me to say that, but I would have touched on it in my poetry when I read it. But it's saying here moods, rages and tempers, and this is what I was feeling, where I feel there was a family element, or there was somebody that had got themselves either drinking too much, they, you know, were going off with one night stands and just, you know, having no respect for them, for themselves, and they'd been in this sort of catch-22 scenario for a while, and it was like wham, a wake-up call, okay? The cold water reality of what am I doing type of thing. So having this picture come out for you as well, then I look at the stormy waters that you know that cancers have been in, but you are going to resurface. I do feel as well, with the person looking back in the past, I do feel this is the runners in the twin flame and soulmate connections, where somebody is going to be coming back. We've got just a little reflection of stars here, because as I said, it is destined to be, okay? I also feel health issues as well, with the picture that this, you know, this manifests through, saying that they're a little bit uncertain of what is coming at them, okay, to do with health issues, and again in the upper chest area to the middle stomach area where you could be having issues. So that is why that picture and page has turned out for you, my lovelies. But it says here, like the wild things we are, like the shining beings we can be once again. So like the wild aspect where I picked up on, you know, people going off the rails, then you can get it back. And you know, where the darkness is what we feel. And I feel as well for that fertility, where I said, you know, keep looking back in the past of the miscarriages that that person has had, you know, keep wading through these stormy waters thinking, do I keep trying? But as I said, I feel that will come in when it is necessary, okay? So I'm going to read you my bit of poetry now, guys, what I had for you. So I'm just going to read this now. So for this month we had for you what I wrote. Okay, let's just get to the page. I love the colour of your journal as well, Cancer. Because obviously I bought 12 of these, didn't I? And Cancer's come out blue, obviously, for your water sign. But I felt emotions. I always feel emotions with blue. And we did have a lot of blue come out for you in your reading, blue and purple. So we've got, you have sacrificed so much, my friend, and how you've paid the price. The waters have been dark, you've been wading in, where passions have enticed you into some vices of drink, sex and drugs. But now the guilt has set in, and so starts to tug at your conscience. Now it's time for transformation. Leave behind the darkness of the night. You are about to be reborn and step into the light. For some, a divine connection orchestrated through the hands of fate. Whether already in a relationship, it doesn't make any difference. It is a destiny. Sorry, it is a destined date. I'll read that last get my teeth in right. I'll read that last little stanza again. It says, for some, a divine connection orchestrated through the hands of fate. Whether already in a relationship, it doesn't make any difference. It is a destined date. So as I said, it's destined, okay? That connection here by that card alone is just saying, you know, it will always pull you back together. So what I'm going to do now, Cancer, is just pull out a charm just to tie up this reading for you. And we'll have a dig around. Dig, 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 dig. And we have the symbol of the cross. Okay, now I look at this in two ways. It can mean don't lose the faith, okay, in certain situations that you feel you might be struggling in at the moment. And I also look at it as at a crossroads, literally, that you'll be coming to a crossroads and deciding which way you should go. I feel that is more to do with career though, with the crossroads for some of you, where, you know, with the time that we've had at the moment, it could be that some of you may have lost your jobs and you've come to this crossroads thinking, what do I do now? But mostly I want to say the person who I feel who has gone through this rocky road of having more than one miscarriage and losing the faith there, thinking, will I ever, okay, or do I stop here now and not, you know, and take it that I'm destined never to have a child? But I do feel here that, as I said, then you have got to take the faith there and think to yourself, okay, I'm not going to let it consume my mind too much now. I'm not going to let it overtake. I'm just going to go with the flow and see what happens. And when you don't try too hard, then you will understand that things will start to come in naturally to you. Okay, so my lovely Cancers, I hope you can take some elements of that away with you today. I do feel that some of you have had health issues recently that and I want to say driving you nuts as well. Okay, niggling little things where you've had to see, you've either had some work done and you have to keep going back and they have to keep readjusting something, or more tests have to be done. Okay, but I did see that healing energy coming in at the end of June, so hopefully whatever it is you've been dealing with, you can sort of release that. So my lovelies, I hope you have a great June, and I will look forward to reading to you next time. Take care then. Bye.